Hello and welcome to Shelby and Sherman Seahorse. And there they are right there. There's Shelby and Sherman is right below Shelby. And yeah, they're just swimming around, right? Hey, this is an on your own problem. So you should have solved the entire problem on your own. And now you're watching this video just to make sure you did everything correct, my friends. Okay, without further ado, here is the scenario. Shelby and Sherman are a couple of hungry seahorses. They love nothing more than a big old mouthful of plankton. The marine biologist that feeds them has a 2/5 full bucket of plankton. A serving of plankton is 3/8 of a bucket. How many servings are in the bucket? Alrighty, my friends. Well, let's just look at some of this information that we've got here. Okay, so first of all, we've got a marine biologist that has a bucket, but it's not completely full. It only has 2/5 full of the plankton, right? So it's only 2/5 full. And then it's going to be divided into servings that are each 3/8 of a bucket, right? So we need to know how many servings, this is one serving, are in this, right? Well, let's go ahead and solve that. And the first thing I want to do is go ahead and create a fraction box and make a mathematical model. So I'm going to first make my fraction box, and I'm going to make fifths. I'm going to make 2/5. But first I got to draw the lines to make fifths. 5 parts means 4 lines. So here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines. That gives me 5 parts. Now I get 2 out of those 5, and we're going to color this in blue, right? And I get 2 out of the 5, and I'm sorry, did I say blue? I lied to you. This is green, and shame on me. All right, well, even though I lied to you about the color, this is indeed 1, 2 out of 3, 4, 5, right? Now, we're dividing it into parts that are 3/8, right? So I got to make 8 parts going up and down. Well, 8 parts means 7 lines. Let's go ahead and do that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 lines. Should give me 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Sure enough, my friends. Now, in order to get one serving, I got to get 3/8. Well, if you look here, this is 1, 2, 3/8. I got to fill those up, right? So what I'm going to do is start moving some of these. So I'm going to take these 2 right here, this one in here. I take both of those, and I'm going to move them right here and here, right? Do you see that? So then I'm going to move this one over and that one over here and here, right? And then I'm going to take 2 more. I'm going to take this one here and this one here, and I'm going to move them right here and here. And then I'm going to take 2 more, and I'm going to take, I'm going to make that a little bigger for me. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to move them right here and here. And then I'm going to grab this one right here, and I'm going to move it right here. And if you notice, this right here is 3, right? So that is 1 serving. So I've got 1 serving there, right? And then I also have just one more, 1 out of, and then we got to figure out how many it takes to make a serving. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've got 1/15. I'm going to make this bigger so I can write. And then 1/15 left over, right? So I actually, if you think about this, that marine biologist is ripping Shelby and Sherman off, right? Because there's only enough for one of them, right? And not enough for the second one for Sherman, because we have 1 serving and then we only have 1 more 15th. So that marine biologist is going to have to go get 14 more of these little bits to fill this in. for poor old Sherman there. Otherwise, he's going to go hungry. Okay, so this is your answer. Your answer is actually 1 and 1/15. That's how many servings she has in the bucket, right? So let's go ahead and look at how we would solve this with the algorithm. Now you could do one of two ways. You can either multiply the reciprocal, which means I'm going to write this the same way. I'm going to use a different color here though. I'll use purple. And I'm going to go 2/5. And then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is flipping that upside down. So let me just explain that. Multiply. So here I got 2/5. I leave that alone. Then instead of division, I multiply the reciprocal, which is flipping this upside down, which means the 3 goes on the bottom and the 8 goes on top. And then I just multiply like normal, and I get 2 times 8 is going to give me 16. And then 5 times 3 is going to give me 15. But lo and behold, this is top heavy or an improper fraction, which means I can change it into a mixed number, right? So I'm going to do that by thinking of fractions. You can think of them in 3 ways: 16/15, 16 out of 15, or in this case, 16 divided by 15. So we'll do that right now, and I'm going to do 16 divided by 15. 15 will go in there one time, which gives me 15, right? And then when I subtract, 16 minus 15 is 1, right? So what you do is you take your remainder, and that becomes your numerator. And then you take your divisor, and that becomes your denominator, right? And lo and behold, 1 and 1/15 agrees with our mathematical model here of 1 and 1/15. And that is always lovely, my friends, hey? However, I did tell you you could use multiplying the reciprocal like I did here, or you could use another strategy called mountains and valleys. So let's go ahead and do mountains and valleys right now. And I'm going to make my mountain first. 5 times 3 is going to give me 15 for my denominator. And then I make my valley, 2 times 8, which is going to give me 16 up here. And as you see, 16/15 agrees with 16/15 right there. So either way, whether you used mountains and valleys or you multiply the reciprocal, you would get 16/15, which then simplifies to 1 and 1/15. And either way you slice it, poor old Sherman here is getting ripped off, my friends. So let's talk to that marine biologist and make sure that she adds a little bit more of the plankton to that bucket so that Sherman can get to eat as well. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, my friends, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.